Hello, my name is George Aramat, the Curriculum Director for our Sunday School Association. I'm excited to be with you to share the overview of our newly released kindergarten book. This is a draft copy of the book I'm going to share with you. You'll have the final copy, hopefully, with you as you share and as you see this video. Before starting, I want to thank our Thirimeni, our Sunday School Director, our Sunday School Vice President, Achin, our Sunday School Board, and especially the review committee that looked at the book and provided their feedback. I want to start off by also thanking you. Thank you for being a teacher. Thank you for teaching our kindergarten kids. And taking your time and volunteering in our Sunday school classrooms. Now, what I want to do with you is to look at the overall structure of the book and then to look at one chapter in the book so you have an understanding of how the book was prepared and how you can prepare when you are teaching lessons to our kindergarten kids. So first off, I want to give you a broad overview of the book. Now, if you look at the first section of the book, there is a section called Important Note for Teachers. Please read that section first so you have an understanding of how the book is set up. That will be a good place for you to start. Then you will notice that the book is split up into 5 sections. These are the 5 sections that I wanted to give you the big view of. The first section, as you see in the overview of the content, is called Opening of School Year. These first 2 lessons are meant for you to get to know the students and for the students to get to know you. Relationship is important. So establishing that relationship, having some time to learn about the kids, their names, their backgrounds, for the kids to learn about you, who you are, why Sunday school and why the church is important. That's a great place to start. So there are 2 lessons where you're meeting the kids and also meeting the parents. It's important to start off the year strong. Then section 2 is on Holy Scripture and prayer. It is an overview of the Bible and how to pray and the Lord's Prayer as you see and the sign of the cross. Then section 3 is on In the Beginning. That's one part of the Bible you will go over with the Sunday school kids in kindergarten, the creation story. Then section 4 is called Celebrate Connections. This is how we establish connection with our church, with our Sunday school, with our families, how to have good relationship with all of those communities. That's section 4. And the last section is the end of the school year. We want you to start strong and we want you to end strong. The last section is 2 lessons on kids presenting what they learned, singing the songs, doing a performance, inviting the parents so they see what the kids have learned. So all of these sections are set up to go in this order. So we ask that you go in the order of the books and make changes if you feel fit for certain kids. But then at the very end of the book is the song section. You will have copies of all the songs that you can look at and make copies of if needed. So you can teach that to the kids. So that is the overall structure. Now I want to share, before going into one lesson, the important context of how this book was formed. This book is different from all of our kindergarten or all of our other books, all of our books in the other grades. This book is meant for the teachers. I call it the teacher's edition. If you know other Sunday school classes, the kids get the book. They're able to write on the book. It's student facing. This book is teacher facing. If you look at the directions and the things it says, it's telling what the teacher should do. So you don't have to give every kindergarten kid a copy of this book. You can if you want, but it's really meant for the teacher so that they can prepare. Kindergarten kids can't read as well, so there may not be as much of a value to give them this book. Now, you may be wondering, how do I do the activities? How do I give the worksheets? Well, there is a link that you'll see in the book, and this is in the note to the teachers, important note to the teachers. There's a link that you can go to get copies of all of the handouts in the book. So you can print that out and give it to the students. So if there's any activities where they're doing drawings or they're making line graphs, things of that sort, you can make that copy, print it out, and give it to the kids. But this copy is really meant for you. And in the book, there are certain sections where when they are doing an activity, you'll see that there is a barcode. If you scan that barcode, it will give you the link. You'll go to the address in the MG's SOSSA website. You'll go there and it'll give you a copy of the handout. So it's also linked in the different chapters as well. So that's the big overview. Now I want to look at one chapter with you. So if you have your book, go ahead and turn to chapter 3. Chapter 3 is the lesson called Holy Bible. That's one lesson that I want to look at with you so you have an understanding of how the book is structured. At the beginning of the lesson, there's objectives. It's a good way to think about what is the goal of the lesson. Then you'll see the section that says materials. It's important that you look at this at least a few days before the lesson because you have to have certain materials ready. Please don't look at this book on Saturday evening because then you won't have the materials you need. So look at the material list. If I look at lesson 3, it says copy of the Holy Bible and a poster board, marker, or sticker, and you're going to make a board for one of the copies in the chapter. It's called the Books of the Bible Star Board. So you're going to create a star board. Again, you can find a copy of it on the link in the QR code or the link in the handout that I shared earlier. And then a device to watch online video. So you can have a phone, for instance. So that's the materials. So make sure you have that ready. Then comes the opening activity. It's important to start the lesson with an opening. This gets the kids' attention. So the opening activity here says, number 1, show the students a Bible and explain that it is a special book that teaches us about God and His love for us. So this is where you show the kids a Bible. Now, how do I share that it's important? Well, I don't put that, or we don't put that in the book here. You as the teacher decide. How is the Bible important? You might bring a story of something that happened that talks about how the Bible was important for you. It's important to make those connections to yourself. You are the captain of the ship, as I put in the opening section. You make those decisions. You make those shifts. Make the lesson come alive by how you make those connections to your life or to others. So it's important for you to think about before, how is the Bible important for me? How do I share that to my kids? And then it says to have them gently touch the Bible with their forehead because we're respecting the Bible. That's the tradition we have when we open the Bible. Then after the opening activity is the Books of the Bible song. This is a song that kids can sing together. But how do I find the song? You see that there's a QR code. If you take your phone, open up your camera, scan that QR code, it will take you to the website with the song in it. So go to that chapter, you can click that song, and it'll start playing for you. Have the kids listen to that song. Then have them, as I instruct here, then have them sing along. So they are learning the books of the Bible song. So that's the let's sing portion. Then after that, there is the opening activity where you have this poster that you share with kids. This is the poster that you'll use for the rest of the year, because as they learn more of the books of the Bible, they are able to get stars. So by the end of the year, they will know all the books of the Bible, the 66 books at least. So that's the way this lesson is structured. And then the guided practice is Let's Create, where they create an advertisement. You decide how to do that. It could be a TV or radio advertisement. The instructions are given here. This is where they can use their phone or your phone to record it, and they work in teams. It's important that they work with partners, work with groups throughout the year, because they build relationships. We don't want kids just sitting in one chair listening to the teacher the whole time. We know that's not good practice. We want to change it up. So have kids work together. Have them create an advertisement. If your kids can't do this, you can help them. Provides them some help to start it off. Remember, you know your kids. If the kids are in a lower level or can't understand this yet, you change it up so you can give them some help. But they do that, the Let's Create portion, and then the last part of the lesson is the closing activity, where it's Let's Sing. So you have them sing the song again, the books of the Bible song again, and then there's a closing prayer. It's important to end the lesson with prayer. We have to show that prayer is important. There is a sample prayer here, so you can have the kids maybe stand up. You decide how you want that structure to be, but every lesson has a prayer. Maybe they stand up, they hold hands, or they're holding their hands together, and you say this prayer out loud. If you don't want to use this particular prayer, you're welcome to use another prayer to end the lesson. And then there is that section of Let's Go Family. This is how you extend the lesson beyond the Sunday class. This one says, share the links to the Bible song with parents. We recommend that you have a parent group. Maybe it's a WhatsApp group or a text group, whatever you use. Send the link to the parents after the lesson and tell them to listen to that song at home and teach it to the kids. We want the lessons to be brought to the parents because family connection is important. So there are activities and ideas to do that in each lesson. So please use that. Please have a parent group so you're communicating with them throughout the year. So that is how the structure of one lesson is. As you'll see, each lesson has different sections and you're changing the pace. It's important that you change the pace so that the lesson is engaging and the kids are doing one thing and moving to another so that they're being constantly engaged and they're doing the work with you. So again, please use the book to plan your lessons, prepare your lessons at least a few days before. Look at the structure of the book and have the materials ready. And as I shared earlier, it's important that you look at the lesson structure so you have an idea of what you're going to be doing. And you don't have to give kids the copy of the book. They can just get the handouts that we have electronically. So if you have any questions or if you have suggestions, please, we encourage you to reach out to us to provide your suggestions. We hope this book will be valuable to you as a kindergarten teacher. And again, as I end off, thank you for being a teacher. Thank you for taking on this calling. And we're excited to hear how you're going to use this book for the coming year. Thank you.